This is the in-depth Insta360 X5 review. No hype, no sponsors, just honest side-by-side testing from someone who actually shoots in 360 and has an immersive Emmy to show for it. First, we will take the X5 Wear 360 camera panning, tracking a 95 miles per hour foul ball at Dodger Stadium to see if AK really keeps up. Then we drag it into a midnight music festival, laser, fog, and seas of party people to find out if AK PureVideo is a miracle or marketing. After that, a brutal overheating stress test, a 360 photo sharpness shootout, and a hands-on with the new replacement lens kit. Is the X5 truly better than the X4 and Qoocam 3 Ultra? Worth the extra $550 US? Or is the iPhone in your pocket still good enough? Stick around and see why X5 freaked out under blue LED source and how it still outruns every other 360 in the heat. Let's dive in.
Hey, what's up everybody? It's Kimchi here, reporting live with the X5.
Okay, Kimchi, stop fooling around. We have got a lot to cover today. So much, in fact, that I have to add timestamp. But hey, don't just skip around. You might be missing something important. I highly recommend watching all the way through first, then use the time code right here to go back and dive into the part you care about the most. Now, we don't like to review 360 camera in a boring studio. So, let's start where things get wild. A Major League Baseball game with a Dodger dog in hand. Let's go! Right now, I'm in Dodger Stadium for a Dodger game. It's Dodger versus the Cubs, Chicago Cubs. It's a big game. We are all the way down here because we bought VIP ticket because we love baseball. It's pretty cool. It's my actual first time to be so close to the whole stadium. Let me just raise up for you guys so you can check how close are you. Let's wait for our friend in front of us to take a picture. So we're going closer. That's how close are we in the whole game right here. With that, Dodgers practicing right now. Yeah, it's gonna be a big game night, so we gotta see the whole thing. But first, I want to show some comparison. We have got the X4, X5, Qoocam 3 Ultra, and my Meta Ray-Ban AI glasses as a reference. Right off the bat, no pun intended, the X5 delivered the best overall image quality in full automatic mode. You get better highlight retention in the sky, clear shadow, and minimal noise. If you zoom in into the cutwater sign in the far distance, surprisingly, my Meta Ray-Ban actually captured the most amount of detail, beating all the 360 cameras. Now I know that might sound unfair. We are comparing an AI-powered 2D camera glasses against 360 camera, but that's kind of the point. I want to challenge your expectation to help you think outside the usual "what camera should I buy" box. Sometimes the best tool isn't what you expected. Now let's move into our technical comparison, this time in a more controlled environment and with a much better model. Meet Kimchi, my Shiba Inu. From left to right, we have the GoPro Max in 5.7K, Insta360 X4 in 8K, X5 in 8K, Qoocam 3 Ultra in 8K, Insta360 One S1 in 6K, and the iPhone 16 Pro Max in 4K. Let me start by saying, if you don't need 360 reframe feature and you are not creating immersive video for Meta Quest 3 or Apple Vision Pro, then you don't really need a 360 camera. Your iPhone will shoot better quality video than any 360 camera, period. As you can see right here, don't fall for the marketing hype. If you are only making vertical content for social media, just stick with your phone. It's still way better. Let's zoom in on the chart. Both the GoPro Max and the One S1 just don't hold up. In 2025, 8K is the bare minimum for 360 camera. That's why I'm not even comparing X5 to other 5.7K camera. If you are still using an older version camera like the GoPro Max or the Theta X right here, upgrade to the X5 will make you very happy. Kitty being attacked! My water! Ow! This seriously not funny. Now, the X4, X5, and Qoocam 3 Ultra are all in 8K, and they look very similar in terms of sharpness. You can barely tell the difference between the X4 and the X5, which is why I don't think upgrading from the X4 to the X5 is worth it. They are almost identical in image quality. Surprisingly, the Qoocam 3 Ultra is still a bit sharper than the X5. Check out the Fuji text right here. But chart don't tell the full story. That's why we got our superstar talent right here, Kimchi. Let's zoom in on Kimchi. Now the Qoocam 3 Ultra has a no issue with chromatic aberration in high contrast area. It's kind of like a film halation around the subject. If you're going for that dreamy film look, sure, great. But if you're aiming for reality and accuracy, then the X5 is the overall winner right here. It's better, but only slightly. Despite what other creators say, it wouldn't end global warming, fix your relationship, or replace your Sony or Canon camera. Just slightly less noise in the shadow. With a large sensor and 2 advanced AI chip, you would expect the X5 to be leaps and bounds better than the X4 and Qoocam 3 Ultra, just like some overhyped influencer claim. But as you just saw in the comparison, it's not. Bigger sensor should mean better image quality. Do you agree? Let me know in the comment down below. Now, let's talk about HDR, one of the big new features on the X5. They finally add HDR at 5.7K 60 frames per second, which is great for action sport. But let's be clear, this HDR isn't real HDR. It's one of those confusing marketing terms from Insta360. If you inspect the raw.insv file using tool like Media Info, you will see it's still BT709 8-bit color, not 10-bit like the Qoocam 3 Ultra, and not in HLG or PQ. What does that mean in plain English? It wouldn't show up as HDR on YouTube, your HDR TV, iPhone, iPad, or Apple Vision Pro. So Insta360's HDR is not actually HDR. Let's compare the HDR result in Rec 709 color space. Specs are kinda all over the place here. The X5 can only shoot HDR in 5.7K, but at 60 frames per second, which is great for action and slow motion. The Qoocam 3 Ultra can shoot HDR using dynamic range boost mode in 8K, but only at 30 frames per second. So not great for fast action, but beautiful for nature and cinematic shot. The X4, yeah, let's just say that its HDR is not worth mentioning. Lower resolution, lower frame rate. If you zoom into my face, even at 60 frames per second, the X5 HDR looks a lot better than the X4. I generally wouldn't recommend shooting HDR on X4 or really any older X series. But on the X5, it looks pretty good. The colors are rich for standard Rec 709 display and social media. So if you are not creating content for Apple Vision Pro, then the 5.7K 60 frames per second HDR is my go-to setting for the X5 for outdoor shooting. 8K is usually overkill unless you are publishing on Meta Quest 3 or Apple Vision Pro. Now, the Qoocam 3 Ultra dynamic range boost in 10-bit HDR using the new K-Log is gorgeous, like cinematic grade gorgeous. It's flat, clean, nearly noise-free, and has no chromatic aberration. Pro tip for Qoocam 3 Ultra user: shoot in K-Log with dynamic range boost mode, and then use a color space transform tool in Premiere or DaVinci Resolve. A little extra effort, but the result is cinematic. But if you want a point and shoot camera without dealing with color grading or LUT, the X5 is a win here. Not to mention, the Qoocam 3 Ultra can't shoot HDR at 60 frames per second, so there's another win for the X5. Overheating and battery duration test. So right now, we're under the California sun right here. Very hot, and we're gonna test all 3 cameras to see which one will get overheat doing under the California sun. We also have a heat gun right here. This heat gun can help me to tell the internal temperature of each camera to get an accurate reading to see which part of the camera get really hot. If it's too hot, it's potentially damage the camera, so the camera will not run too long and just got destroyed by heat. So we want to test all that. So let's find out.
20 minutes later.
Now it's almost 27 minutes in. Qoocam 3 Ultra, 147 Fahrenheit. X5. It's turn point. 136. It's cooler. 141 for the X4. Actually, 145 is very hot. X4 is very hot now. All three cameras were recording 8K 360 at the highest possible bitrate. The Qoocam 3 Ultra overheat after just 27 minutes if you are recording to an SD card. Switch to internal storage and enable cooling priority mode and it didn't overheat. But the battery still only lasts about 40 minutes, so yeah, you will need extra power to keep it rolling. Meanwhile, both the Insta360 X4 and the X5 don't overheat at all. With the latest firmware, the X4 can now record continuously past 30 minutes without those annoying gaps between clips. So for all the X4 owner out there, you don't need to upgrade to X5 just to have uninterrupted recording. In the test, the X4 ran for 70 minutes before the battery gave out. The X5, it kept going for 86 minutes straight, making it the longest lasting 360 camera in the test. So, if you are planning to shoot long 8K 360 clips in the heat, now you know who to trust. Let's talk about low light, the biggest selling point of the X5. First, here is a controlled studio low light test, benchmark against ISO 3200 for my professional Sony Alpha 1. Insta360 actually recommend not using manual exposure with their AI-powered PureVideo mode, so all the cameras here are tested using auto exposure set to EV0. Let's take a look. In a close-up lit by a single white light source, you can clearly see the X5 handle blown-out highlight much better than the X4 and Qoocam 3 Ultra. A lot of people focus only on noise level in low light tests, but highlight protection is just as important. Clean shadows are great, but so is not nuking your highlights. The Insta360 1RS 1-inch is still the best in low light, thanks to its 1-inch sensor. Honestly, the 1RS 1-inch is a very underrated camera in 2025. It still has some of the best hardware spec and still perform the best in low light situation, thanks to the Leica optic. I really wish Insta360 would bring that series back for professional. Give us the 1RS 1-inch Pro Max Ultra already. Now, let's turn to the other side and check out the shadows. Again, the X5 show off that impressive highlight retention. When I cut off the light source, the X4 becomes super noisy. The Qoocam 3 Ultra and the 1RS 1-inch got soft and blurry, but the X5 still sharp, especially on my face. The AI processing on the X5 really does wonder in common low light situation. But you don't need me to tell you how great the X5 is. Plenty of influencer and official marketing already did that. What I want to do here was simulate some real-world chaos and see how PureVideo actually holds up when things get messy. Under tungsten light source and red lighting, the X5 still does great. But when we switch to blue LED light, skin tones start to fall apart and there's this new unwanted digital noise around the highlights. Compare it side by side with the Insta360 1RS 1-inch, no AI, just that big image sensor. The difference is obvious. Next, we take it into the real world. A rave in downtown Los Angeles. Music festival and concert are probably the perfect use case for 8K PureVideo. This part of the review is dedicated to my Rave videographer family. And okay kitty, that's enough close-up of my drunk face. Let's roll some actual footage.
I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage, I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I wanted. The phone and affection, I summon and dub it. Cause I got problems on problems on problems on problems on problems on problems, I solve them. I run through the money, the pressure be calling. Left on my blessings, I feel like I'm falling. The birdie is back. Tell me I'm garbage, I'm going through something, that's why I ain't calling. Phone and progression is all that I wanted. The phone and affection, I summon and dub it. Why you be all on my line about nothing? Why won't you go get you $1 or something? Don't hang with it who line for nothing. I see that we different, you riding, I double. I don't do discussions on bragging about hundreds. Don't go to your places, I know that they sunken. Don't call me your brother, I barely could trust you. I talked to a shorty, she bagging the bugging. And I'ma need all of my dollars on corporate, so hand me the money, I divvy the pie. I'ma give all of my people a portion to build them a fortune on flipping the ride.
All of this was shot in 8K PureVideo mode on the X5 under DMX strobe light, laser, fog machine, the full sensory assault. Basically, a nightmare for any camera. But the X5, it handled it impressively well. Super stable too. I handheld it on a tiny selfie stick, getting bumped around by dancing stranger, and the low light flow state stabilization stayed rock solid. That's those dual AI chips doing the great work. This bird's eye balls of party people shot is something only the 360 camera can do, and it's a signature style that helped define my work in filmmaking and event coverage at music festival and rave. That said, PureVideo AI isn't perfect. As we already saw, it struggles under blue lighting, but it also can't keep up with fast stroke light effects. During my favorite part of the night, when Robin featured Jamie XX cam on, there's what fast stroking light, fog machine, and the AI just couldn't handle it. The footage had heavy bending issue across the entire frame. I don't think the AI is fast enough to process those kind of lighting change. In this case, it's better to switch off PureVideo and shoot in standard 8K mode with manual exposure. So yeah, 8K PureVideo is impressive, but it's not a magic pill that will solve every low light situation. I highly recommend testing it yourself, find its limit, and mix it with other shooting mode to get the best result. And when you compare it side by side with my iPhone 16 Pro Max in the same lighting condition, yeah, the iPhone still captures noticeable better image quality than the X5 in PureVideo mode. So once again, this is your reminder. Don't just blindly follow the hype from other influencers. If you are just shooting regular vertical social media video, the best camera is still the one in your pocket. If you appreciate the honest breakdown and the time I put into testing this camera in a real-world situation, consider subscribing, give this video a thumb up, and maybe share to your friend. So right now we are in the beautiful California white flower field right here. So beautiful, we're gonna do a 360 drone shot in 8K with my brand new Insta360 X5 right here. At the same time, we're gonna do a vibration stabilization test, attach it on my DJI drone right here, and compare it to the Qoocam 3 Ultra to see who is the king in the sky. Let's go. Before we even talk about stabilization, I want to retouch the topic of color. The X5 has one of the most beautiful color retentions of reality I have ever seen, thanks to its new AI chip. But you don't truly learn to appreciate this color science until you do a proper side-by-side comparison. I couldn't pull the yellow flower back even with DaVinci Resolve, but even if I tried, it still wouldn't look like the rich yellow I see in the X5 footage. The whole point of that shot is to capture the vibrant California wildflowers in bloom, and the Qoocam completely failed that task. Also, pay attention to the sky. A lot of the 360 camera give you that hazy, flat look, especially in highlights, not the X5. It retains highlight detail beautifully, thanks to its advanced highlight retention algorithm. These are the kind of a subtle improvement that really impact your footage, even if they are not flashy features. And I want to call out these minor but important updates because they are not in the influencer briefing. Most early reviews skip over them completely. Now let's talk about stabilization. Qoocam Studio added a new beta feature called Visual Enhancement, which uses AI to stabilize the horizon during acceleration, deceleration, and sudden stop. It's a solid improvement and it brings the Qoocam 3 Ultra stabilization close to what you get from the X5. But it still doesn't beat it. Because the X5 is significantly lighter than the Qoocam 3 Ultra, it doesn't suffer from as much pendulum motion during acceleration. Just look at this comparison. The X5 horizon stays locked. So when you factor in everything, weight, safety, color science, highlight retention, and stabilization, I think the X5 take back the title of 360 King of the Sky and become my new go-to for aerial 360 capture. Comment below if you disagree. Now let's talk about stitching. With the release of X5, Insta360 Studio, their desktop stitching software, also got some major update. Alongside the powerful AI stitching, there's now a new tool called Stitch Fusion Angle, which let you refine and clean up the optical flow artifact, especially in extreme close-up situation. And yes, these new features are also available for the Insta360 X4. As you can see right here in side-by-side comparison, the X4 and the X5 deliver very similar stitching quality, and both are significantly better than the Qoocam 3 Ultra and the Insta360 1RS 1-inch. AI stitching now analyzes your footage frame by frame for dynamic optimization. Watch closely here. After I leave the frame, both the X4 and X5 we calibrate the stitching based on the background distance. But the Qoocam 3 Ultra, it completely messes up the distance stitching and doesn't sound correct. Flawless stitching is a huge feature that Insta360 does really well compared to all the other competitors and remain the best in the industry. Now, let's talk about 360 photos. The X5 has a same photo resolution as the X4, around 12K or 72 megapixels in both JPEG and DNG RAW. Here are some points and straight 360 photo samples. Honestly, they are not bad at all. In most cases, they are ready to share straight out of the camera without any extra editing, which is super convenient. Now, let's compare. In terms of image quality, I will say the X5's 360 photo look pretty much identical to the X4, but the Qoocam 3 Ultra, that one shoot at 14K, 96 megapixel, so that's 24 megapixel bump over the X4 and X5, and you can clearly see the differences. Just look at the blue shield side right here in the far distance. So for virtual tool creator or anyone focused specifically on still 360 photography, I would say the Qoocam 3 Ultra is still a better buy over the X4 or X5. Now let's talk about InstaFrame. It wouldn't be an Insta360 launch without at least one gimmicky feature. And for the X5, I think InstaFrame take that title. What's the point of using a 360 camera like a 2D action camera, especially when the image quality is worse than what I get from my iPhone or even my Meta Ray-Ban glasses? InstaFrame limit your flat video resolution to 1080p at 30 frames per second and 5.7K at 30 frames per second for the 360 version. So yeah, lower spec across the board. The whole point of a 360 camera is shoot first and point later. InstaFrame is literally the opposite of that. If you disagree with me, well, let me know in the comment down below. I'm genuinely curious if anyone finds this feature helpful. So the Insta360 X series has a lot of gimmicky features, and one of the gimmicky features I really love is the bullet time. And let's see if the X5 have a better bullet time than X4 right here. Let's check it out. Here is the side-by-side comparison. Unfortunately, the image quality of bullet time between the X4 and X5 is pretty much the same. And honestly, they are both still not great. The X5 might look slightly less compressed and there's a little less aliasing artifact from the AI slow motion. So yes, some technical improvement is there, but not enough to really notice in casual playback. If you are here for bullet time, you're not missing much by sticking with the X4. Now let's talk about some sport-oriented design improvement. The X5 features bigger image sensor and more processing power than the X4, but somehow it actually lighter. Not by much, only 3 grams, but for action sport, every grams matter. Compared to the Qoocam 3 Ultra right here, which weigh in at 333 grams, the X5 is over 135 grams lighter. That's a big difference when mounting it on a DJI drone or FPV setup. So for aerial 360 cinematographer and sport lover, this is a great news. Another new feature is the magnetic mounting system at the base. It's comparable with Insta360 Ace Pro 2 quick release system, and now third-party accessory makers are jumping on board too. For example, this Unity system is even smaller and lighter than the Insta360 own mounting system, which makes it ideal for mounting the X5 onto your existing GoPro setup with a magnetic quick release system. And in sport, speed is everything, so this is a welcome, well thought out improvement. The X5 also adds a steel mesh wind guard over the mic to help reduce wind noise, especially useful for motorsport vlogging or windy condition. Okay, so now we pick up some speed, we get some wind speed. We're doing an audio test. Audio test 1, 2, 3. Audio test 1, 2, 3. Let's go a little bit faster. Just gotta run the stop sign. Run the stop sign. Audio test 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Oh, speed wobble, not good. Audio test 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. It's pretty windy here. 1 2 3. Wow, I'm on a one view, so it's pretty windy. So you hear like how's the audio sound? Okay, so now we pick up some speed, we get some wind speed. We're doing an audio test. Audio test 1 2 3. Audio test 1 2 3. Let's go a little bit faster. Let's go run the stop sign. Run the stop sign. Audio test 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Oh, speed wobble, not good. Audio test 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. It's pretty windy here. 1 2 3. Wow, I'm on a one view, so it's pretty windy. So you hear like how's the audio sound? Okay, so now we pick up some speed, we get some wind speed. We're doing an audio test. Audio test 1 2 3. Audio test 1 2 3. Let's go a little bit faster. Let's go run the stop sign. Run the stop sign. Audio test 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. Oh, speed wobble, not good. Audio test 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. It's pretty windy here. 1 2 3. Wow, I'm on a one view, so it's pretty windy. So you hear like how's the audio sound? I have also heard that Insta360 plan to support 4-channel first-order ambient sonic audio in the future update. Since the X5 have no internal fan and now includes improved wing protection, onboard spatial audio could end up being one of its real strengths. But as for now, the update isn't available yet, so I haven't been able to test it yet. Now, the biggest physical upgrade that every influencer will be talking about is the fully replaceable lenses. Because their affiliated link will give you a free replaceable lens kit. Well, same as mine. If you want to support this channel and Kimchi, please consider buying the X5 and get that free lens replacement kit using Kimchi's affiliated link in the description down below. With that kit, you technically have 2 X5 for the price of 1. Okay, not like other influencers, I'm not gonna hammer my brand new X5 to just push some sales. I'm glad Insta360 finally ditched their regular or premium lens card because let's be honest, they have noticeably reduced the image quality and it is a hassle to put them on and take them off. Instead, they have gone with a swappable lens design. This not only saves them money on customer support, but also make user happy. I have dropped 2 X4s before for my drone. Breaking the lenses in 260 is an incredibly common thing. So yes, it's a big deal, even it is probably a little bit overhyped by now. To support longer filming time and faster charging, the X5 also comes with a completely new battery design. As you saw earlier, it gives you 16 more minutes recording time in 8K high bitrate, which is a long time. Good job, Insta360. But again, that means your old X4 battery and charger wouldn't work. Also, the USB charging port has been moved from the side to the base of the camera, which is great for charging while filming and plugging in accessory. But it also means your X4 utility case wouldn't fit anymore. I've got a new one here from PGY Tech. It's super solid and well designed, but yeah, it still kind of sucks that I have to buy a whole new set of accessory. So here's a tip. If you are upgrading from the X4 to the X5, sell all your X4 accessory and extra battery now. You are going to need an entire new accessory and ecosystem for the X5. Now, one more important concern, SD card speed. The very first thing you should do after getting your X5 is head into camera image setting right here, change the video encoding to efficiency H.265 and set the bitrate to from standard to high. By the way, the default is set to standard and standard looks pretty bad. For video sharpness, I personally like to set it to low, but medium is totally fine as well if you don't want to do sharpening in post. When you switch to high bitrate, the X5 demands a very fast and reliable SD card. If your card isn't fast enough, your recording will stop midway and you will see this error message right here. This even happened in one of the official Insta360 V30 card I bought last year. So now I only use the Gold Label Pro version card from Insta360 or the fastest SanDisk Extreme Pro micro SD card available on internet. Bottom line, don't go cheap on SD cards. better image quality come with higher demands and a higher price point. So think twice before upgrading. Make sure it fits your workflow. Now let's talk about software and app updates. There are a couple of quality of life improvements that you will appreciate, and one major update that could save you a lot of money. So let's get into it. Everyone is going to talk about the mobile app update and Insta360 Cloud, but here's the thing. I don't edit my video on a phone and I don't pay for cloud storage. As a creator, I take responsibility for what I recommend, and I'm not going to push services just to earn a commission. Honestly, I think Insta360 Cloud, just like GoPro Cloud, is mostly a way for this company to make recurrent revenue from creators. You don't need it. Just invest in a better, faster, larger SD card. It will save you way more money in the long run. Now, here's a big update for me, and for any of you editing on PC. You can finally preview 360 video clip directly in your file manager by hitting the spacebar. And it's not just regular video preview. It's a full 360 interactive player, just like what you would get on YouTube VR. This makes reviewing your daily so much faster, especially when you are managing big projects with tons of clips. Another hidden gem, there's a new feature called Tilt Restore. You find it right here. It lets you preserve the original tilt angle instead of forcing everything to be perfectly level, which can sometimes look unnatural, especially in motorsport, like when a biker leans into a turn and the horizon should tilt with them. Now it can. AI stitching also got a major upgrade on the X5. There's a new option called Stitch Fusion Angle, which helps you clean up close-up stitch line like you see right here. This is a huge help, especially when you don't know exactly where your camera is pointing. Say, when you are trying to film a chaotic Shiba Inu like Kimchi. But the biggest software update of all, Insta360 Studio can now edit Immersive 360 video for Apple Vision Pro playback or for YouTube VR or Meta Quest. This is a game changer. I'll be doing a full step-by-step tutorial showing you how to shoot and prep high-quality X5 footage for Vision Pro or inside the free Insta360 Studio. So if you are paying for Adobe just for this, you can cancel the subscription now. You don't need it anymore. Check out the tutorial right here. And the best part, all these updates aren't just for the X5. They work across all other Insta360 camera too. Huge prop to Insta360 for making this tool available to everyone, not just for new buyer. This is a real win for the immersive creator community. Kimchi, butt, jiao butt, feel.
Ew, that's not a good shot.
Key says not a good shot for X5. Verdict. Okay, maybe I have been a little harsh on the Insta360 X5. It really is a great 360 camera. In fact, right now, it's the best you can get on the market. But I also think the release feels a bit rushed. And honestly, I have higher expectations. To truly justify the upgrade, I think the image quality should have been noticeable better than the X4 and Qoocam 3 Ultra. That said, I'm hopeful, and I'm 100% confident that the X5 image quality will improve with future firmware update. Let me explain why. First, the hardware is significantly better than the X4 and the Qoocam 3 Ultra. That larger image sensor gives us headroom to grow. And second, if you look closely at the bitrate of the recording file, you will notice something really interesting. The X4 actually has a slightly higher bitrate than the X5 out of the box. So there's clearly room for Insta360 to push more out of the X5. Now, if you look at the time-lapse footage we captured in the exact same environment at Dodger Stadium, the X5 looked way better. That could be our benchmark. The potential is definitely there. I still feel like Insta360 rushed the X5 a bit. Probably our fear of GoPro, Canon, and DJI. But honestly, they don't need to be afraid. The X series is one of the most beloved 360 camera line out there on the internet. Instead of chasing gimmick or hyping up feature nobody asked for, let's just focus on what really matters to creators: image quality. Or hey, just give us that long-awaited 1-inch Evo or 260 Leica 1RS Ultra in 8K 60 frames per second? Please! Do you agree? Drop a comment and let me know what you think. And here is something real. I'm giving away my backup Insta360 1RS 1-inch. It's a brand new, unopened, and going to one lucky YouTube and Instagram followers. No gimmick, no brand deal or paid promotion, just a small thank you to the creator community that's supporting me. All you have to do is to subscribe on the YouTube, leave a comment on why you will need it, and drop a comment on my Instagram so I can DM the winner directly. And while I'm not here to push affiliate link for profit, if you are planning to buy the X5, use my link below. It gives you a free lens replacement kit and help support this channel too. So don't leave money on the table if you're already going to spend it anyway. The updated Insta360 Studio desktop app might be the single most important part of this entire launch. It is free, work with all Insta360 camera, and finally let you edit immersive 360 video for Apple Vision Pro and YouTube VR. Want to know how? Click here for the full step-by-step tutorial. You can also check out some of our immersive production shot on the X5 and view them directly in your headset right here. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in Spatial.